This is Talk of the Town, a weekly program featuring community events happening in and around Northeast Michigan, with your host, Nancy Smitham. And get the latest news from Alpena Community College with Dr. Olin Joyton. And now, today's Talk of the Town.
Good morning and welcome to Talk of the Town. I'm Nancy Smitham. My first guest today is Kathy Green from Thunder Bay National Marine Sanctuary. Good morning, Kathy.
Good morning.
You've had an extremely busy spring, summer. Last year in the fall started out with the film festival and all the wonderful things, the International ROV competition and the Great Lakes Festival, all the things, at 4th of July, the Maritime Festival, all the things that you do there, and you're planning another huge event.
We are. Coming up September 6th, we have our Sanctuary Celebration, and we have a lot of things to celebrate, starting with what you just said, all the things that have been happening over the last year. More visitors than we've ever had before, bigger events, and some just really great developments, kind of culminating with the expansion of our sanctuary boundaries.
Such a wonderful project, and I'm so glad that it's been approved and that's all underway now.
Yep, it's going ahead, and so by September 6th, everything should be in the books. And so this takes us from 448 square miles to over 4,300 square miles, so about 10 times the size. And so instead of a box just outside Alpena County borders, we're talking about the waters off Presque Isle and Alcona counties as well. So it really is this whole corner of Lake Huron. It makes a lot of sense for us. The collection of wrecks we have here really encompass the whole collection of that whole area, not just what's in this little square box. So it's something we've been working on for a long time, and it's with the help of a lot of people that it's finally getting done.
If you've ever looked at a shipwreck map where they're all marked, it's unbelievable how many shipwrecks we have, and so I'm so glad that those are going to be open and be protected and be part of the wonderful work that you folks do.
Yeah, and you know, the great thing is now we have all these other coastal communities that can be outposts, that can be entry points for the sanctuary.
Yes.
You know, instead of just Alpena, we're going to have ways to talk to communities all up and down the coast. So it's very exciting for us, both from the protection standpoint, like you said, and also from a regional development point of view.
And something really important, you're a federal agency, but really important to you, your fundraisers, all the wonderful programming, the volunteers, everything you do all begins with the Friends.
Exactly. So like you said, we're a federal agency, but to do a lot of the things that we do and to support a lot of our programs, Friends of Thunder Bay National Marine Sanctuary is key. They're the ones who kind of drive events like the one we're having on September 6th, and they're also the way that we underwrite a lot of our education and outreach programming. So the watershed education that goes on in classrooms during the year, that's grant funded, or it's funded by individuals who help classrooms get out to things like the glass bottom boat tours and things like that. And volunteers really are another key piece of that. We couldn't do all we do with the limited staff we have. So it really is a culmination of lots of things coming together, and the Friends allow us to do exponentially more than what we could do on our own.
We want to make sure we save enough time for the September 6th event, and it's a sanctuary celebration, so start me off and tell me all about it.
Yeah, so the Sanctuary Celebration. This is the cap-off event that Saturday evening. It's going to start at 6:30. It's a ticketed event. You can get tickets at the Sanctuary store right at the Great Lakes Maritime Heritage Center, and those are $50 a piece.
Okay.
And so we're going to be having live music and heavy hors d'oeuvres, a cash bar, but the center point of the whole thing is we have all kinds of wonderful supporters there to do a presentation and to be a part of the event. So Senator Levin will be there, probably one of the last times he'll be up here in Alpena in his official capacity. So he has been so supportive of us and of this expansion bill for so long. We're very happy he's going to be here to help celebrate with us. And we also have some other legislators that'll be there, and maybe even a famous underwater explorer too. So it's really going to be a great event. Again, a celebration of how far we've come and a celebration of how much Alpena and Northeast Michigan has given to us to help us do our mission.
And you know, as we talked before we started taping, you know, it's just not coincidental that, you know, we have 2 new hotels that are wanting to come to Alpena. We have Meijer coming to Alpena. We have Aldi's grocery store. We have Buffalo Wild Wings. We have so many businesses and things coming to Alpena, and I believe it starts with the sanctuary. If you go in there and look at your guest book, see the people that come to town in 1 year's time to visit the sanctuary, it's amazing, and it just people are realizing we need all those ancillary businesses and support services.
Yeah, and you know, I think this year we're shooting for, we're on track to have over 100,000 visitors
Amazing.
through the sanctuary this year. That's incredible, and I think, you know, when we opened our doors in 2005, that seemed like a pretty lofty goal, and here we are able to achieve that. And with the Glass Bottom Boat and all the other partners in the community, it really does seem like there's a more of a focus on heritage tourism. All of us who live here know what a special place this is. You know, we just needed an outlet to be able to kind of encapsulate that, of why this place is special. We have this unique history, we have these unique resources. Here's a great way to let other people, the rest of the world, see it. And after this summer's ROV competition,
yes.
well, the rest of the world has seen it,
They
right?
have,
Over
unbelievable.
1,000 people from around the world.
Like
from
21 countries, I believe.
Yeah, you know, China.
I was there. I couldn't believe
India.
when I walked around.
Yeah, it was amazing. And
I saw him in downtown Alpena. I
Yeah.
saw him out at M32. I saw him at the campgrounds. I saw him at the hotels.
Yeah.
I saw him in the grocery stores. They went everywhere.
They did, and they were here for a whole week or more, and you know, they filled up every hotel room in town.
Yes.
Apologies to anybody who needed a hotel room that week. It really was incredible to see kind of a vibrant, lively tourism trade. It was kind of a look forward to what things could be like all summer long and all year long if things continue to develop. So, you know, as the sanctuary has developed, it really has been one of the most gratifying things to us to see, number one, how much the community has stepped up to help support us, but also to see this attitude of everyone appreciating and celebrating what we have here.
Okay, back to September 6th, 6:30, Great Lakes Maritime Heritage Center. Tickets are $50, live music, cash bar, heavy hors d'oeuvres, lots of other things.
Lots of other things, and we do hope that people call and get those tickets in advance. You can either come in or you can call the sanctuary to get tickets, because they are limited. We're going to have a big tent out back. It's going to be a wonderful event, but there's only so much space. So we're hoping people call in advance for that, but there are also going to be other events during that day on Saturday, September 6th. We're
free boat rides?
Exactly, free boat rides. We're calling it Community Appreciation Day. So even if you can't make it to the event, or in addition to that event that evening, if you haven't been out on the Glass Bottom Boat, this is your opportunity. Free rides on the Lady Michigan Glass Bottom Boat that day. And it's going to be a first come, first serve thing that morning. But again, we want everybody to have the opportunity to go out and see some of these shipwrecks for themselves. You can see, you know, maybe about a half dozen sites just within the waterfront of Alpena, and a 2-hour cruise. So pretty incredible stuff, and we hope that people can take advantage of that, again, to say thank you for all the support that we've gotten, that the Alpena Shipwreck Tours has gotten over the past few years since they've been here.
Okay, we're out of time. Thank you so much, Kathy. Look forward to hearing about the wonderful success of this event.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. I'll be right back following these messages. Hi, welcome back. My last two guests today are here. I have Colleen Shakutsky and Meg Nisbet, and we're here today to talk about a collaboration with Child and Family Services and Partners in Prevention. Hi, ladies, and welcome.
Good morning. Thank you.
Our previous guests from the sanctuary talked about partnerships and how important they are for their well-being and what they do, and I know that both of your agencies are wonderful partners in our community. You partner with many agencies and organizations, and it sounds like this is another great collaboration. Who wants to start and tell us about it?
Well, maybe I'll just start to explain what it is,
Okay.
and then Meg can tell why.
Okay.
But this partnership actually also includes community mental health, And there's a statewide training initiative for children's trauma-focused care. We're finding more and more that if children who experience some kind of life-threatening event or some kind of event that upsets them such that they feel no longer secure, can be a number of things. Meg will mention some of them, but if we can give them trauma-informed caregiving, if we can help heal them and get them to feel more confident and safe, we can prevent some secondary disabilities or problems later on. Adverse childhood experiences are known to put you more at risk for substance abuse, and hence our interest in it, more at risk for mental health issues. So we're going to have a training. We've been working with the state initiative and getting trained to be able to provide specialized training, trauma-informed caregiving. And Meg, maybe you could explain what that is.
And you know, Meg, just before we started taping, you and I were talking, and we said, you know, when a kid acts out in school, you know, what do? You remove them from the classroom. You know, we're not getting to the problem. So that's what this training is meant to do.
It is, and the first one we're doing is for caregivers. So any caregivers, child care providers, parents, grandparents, foster parents, adoptive parents, anyone who's caring for children who have had a traumatic event or multiple traumatic events. This training offers an opportunity to learn about trauma, what happens to the brain under the influence of trauma. And then secondarily, we'll be talking about how to help kids when the kids are acting out, when they are displaying behaviors that don't make sense, to try and use the information they're getting to really care effectively and move children from a place of trauma to a place of calm.
Wonderful. So when will this training be held? And
we're doing a 6-part series. 3 of them are in September. They start on September 10th. They're on Wednesdays, September 10th, September 17th, and September 24th. And then we skip a week when we're finishing up our training downstate. And we'll be back for October 8th, October 15th, and October 22nd. We're being hosted at the AMA Educational Service District on US 23 South in Alpena. So there's another part of the collaboration. They're providing our facilities. We are making childcare available, but those slots have already been taken up with our registrations thus far. We can take 15 more adults within our training space and availability, so we're hoping that people will register. The trainings are from 5:30 to 7:30 on those Wednesday evenings, and you can call Partners in Prevention to register, 356-2880, or toll free 1-800-354-2880.
now, obviously, if there's only 15 spots left for this training, it's something that people are finding value in, think it's important. So will there be another training offered again, do you feel?
Absolutely. This is building capacity within the community. It's part of the overall system of care, and it's also being supported by the Children's Behavioral Health Initiative of Northeast Michigan. So
another collaboration.
Another collaboration, and we expect to offer trainings not only for parents and caregivers, and we would like to move around to our adjoining counties, Alcona, Montmorency, and Presqu'Île, but also be able to talk with court staff, juvenile justice staff, educators. We'll be working with Early Head Start and Head Start in December. So this is building capacity with our team members, Mary Schalk, Ruth Fleck, myself from Partners in Prevention, and Meg from Child and Family Services, and we're here. We're not going anywhere. So people who may be interested, youth organizations, family service organizations, we did some training for social service workers last year. So this is really spreading it out into the community.
Okay. Now, Meg, you alluded to the fact that you folks are all going for training. So what will your training entail?
It's using the National Child Traumatic
Stress
Networks, their curriculum for this, and that's what we're learning.
Okay.
And we're also bringing our own experiences and knowledge into this training as well, and using some other sources. But the training is to use their curriculum.
Okay. And then,
because the numbers right now, I want to tell you, the numbers are 1 in 5 children have experienced a traumatic event, and about half of those have experienced multiple traumatic
So give me an
events.
idea of a traumatic event.
Okay. It depends on the child and, and the ability of the child to cope and their age and their experiences, but it could be moving is a traumatic event.
Sure.
If they're children in foster care have had abuse and neglect, and so those are traumatic experiences. Any experience where that child feels helpless, they have a physiological reaction, their heart rates go up, their blood pressure rises. Anytime they feel threatened, that they're in danger, they're life-threatening experiences, if the child experiences that, then that is a traumatic experience. And, two siblings, one of them may go, okay, well, it was an experience. The other one may have it, internalize that as a traumatic event. So you have to look at the child's perspective,
Okay.
and how they receive and perceive that event.
Well, I hope that anyone who deals with children in our communities will call you, take advantage of it, or get on the waiting list for the next training.
Yep.
And once again, we call Partners in Prevention,
Yes.
and the number is
356-2880 or toll free 1-800-354-2880.
Total Focus, how to deal with children and how to help them through traumatic experiences.
Yes.
And, once again, thank you, Child and Family Services, for all that you do for the young people in the community. And Carlene, you too, for all the good things that you do. And we really appreciate it. And thanks for keeping us informed about everything that's going on.
Thanks for
Thank
letting
you.
us share the information.
Absolutely.
No problem. That's what we're here for. Thank you again. Please stay tuned for Dr. Olin Joynton following these messages.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to Talk of the Town. I'm Olin Joynton, president of Alpena Community College. My guest on the program this morning, Mr. Kevin Curtis, president and CEO of Besser Company. Welcome to the show, Kevin.
Thank you, and good morning.
And just this past week, there were special events in Alpena celebrating the contributions of former Chairman Jim Park, and also the 110th anniversary of Besser Company. So congratulations on reaching that milestone.
Well, thank you. We were pleased to have the event. We started out having our celebrations at our various locations, and this was the big final for us. Because it's our 110th anniversary, 60 years of working with Alpena Community College, and 10 years of being an ESOP company, we thought it was a good time to recognize Jim, his contribution to Besser Company, contribution to the industry, that's the masonry, concrete products industry, and to the community. So we had a good time.
Well, that's great. I believe he dates his first experience contributing to this industry when he was 2 years old, and his father was transferred to South America for the company. Is that right?
That's correct. Phil Park installed a machine in 1938 in Venezuela, and that was his job, to sit on top of the block and supervise, he says.
Well, that's great. I remember when I was interviewing for my current position over 10 years ago, and I was brought to see Jim and you and meeting business leaders in the community. So it's great to be with you. It was great to be with you 10 years ago for the 100th anniversary, and now for the 110th. Tell me about some of the events in Alpena that have marked this milestone for you.
Well, we thought it was a good opportunity to have a get-together for retirees, for employees' families, and we brought in our sales force. And we have a lot of customers coming into town that were all part of Besser Company's success. So the event brought all those things together, and we felt it was also sort of a recognition that we're out of the recession, and a lot of bad things are behind us and a lot of good things to look forward to. So it was a great opportunity to pull all that together.
Yes, well, there are a lot of people, myself included, who have great admiration for how you and your team steered the company through those tough times, and now are responding to the improved conditions for business in the best possible way.
Well, thank you. We do have outstanding employees. And I can tell you today, our employees are working together in a manner that I've not seen before. And it's all about the customer. It's all taking care of getting our quality products out the door. You might remember we integrated some products to Alpena. We moved some products we used to make in Holland, Michigan to Alpena. We moved some products from Germany to Alpena. And that integration has not been easy, but they've tackled it, and our employees have just been fantastic about that.
Well, I'm glad to hear that, and that means more economic development in Alpena, which is much appreciated. It's good for all of us for those kinds of things to happen.
Well, it gives more challenges for Alpena Community College because you've been instrumental in our training, whether it's the welding programs or whether it's the CNC training programs or the just telephone training when we had our new system. So, and then there's new training and that Dr. Don McMaster has been very helpful on. So you'll have, we work together as we grow. You're an important part of it.
As I'm fond of saying, it's the best partnership between a company and a community college I've ever seen in almost 40 years in the community college business. So, and it was the basis substantially for our recognition of you as Fellow of the College this past May. So again, congratulations on that award.
Well, I sure appreciated that because it was due to our employees, and I want to recognize that we're as good as our employees, and we got some fantastic ones. So thank you.
And you're welcome. Any elements of the company's vision for the future or new product lines that you might wish to share in the last couple of minutes?
Well, I mentioned that we moved some product line from Germany here, and that will be the first large pallet machine made in North America, and it'll be made right here in Alpena, and we can expand on that product line significantly, so that will provide significant growth opportunities for Besser Company, so watch for that one.
Very good. And the current generation of a block making machine is called a ServoPak, I believe.
That is our best machine in the world today. It's called the ServoPak. It's a very smart machine, high-tech machine, and we're completing our second one. They used to be made in Holland, Michigan. We have a third one to go, and a lot of people become Alpena to see that machine.
Well, that's great. You know, the installation of the block plant on the campus of Alpena Community College and the World Center for Concrete Technology continues to just blow visitors to the campus away, that ACC could have that kind of facility on our campus and be engaged in not only an associate degree program, but also incumbent worker in the industry, upgrading, training, and also the research lab that we have there and testing lab for concrete companies to see whether their mixed designs are right.
It's certainly the best in the world. And we've had a bit of a slow time in a recession, but I can guarantee you that it's going to come to its full potential in the next coming years because our industry needs trained personnel. There's a lot of recycled material testing to be completed,
right.
And I look for great opportunities there.
Well, as the old saying goes, the strong survive, and you have done so. Alpena Community College has done so, and together even more so. So congratulations again on the events that we've marked this past week, and thank you very much for being on the program with me this morning.
Thank you for having me. Thank you.
You're welcome.
This has been Talk of the Town with Nancy Smitham and Dr. Olin Joyden. For a list of events taking place in Northeast Michigan, visit our website at www.wbkb11.com and click on Community. This has been a Thunder Bay Broadcasting Corporation production.